Really good stuff coming up, right? There's a women's championship match that we've got tonight. We actually looked at a bit of a preview for this show on Unseen yesterday. So we know that we've got a fatal four-way match coming up tonight for the women's championship. Kylie Armstrong is going to be defending against, I think it's Kendall. No, not Kendall. It is Chantel. It is Nikita. And it is someone else. So there's a fatal four-way for the women's championship. We've got Wendy Choo taking on Kendall. So we've got that match as well. And then we do have Jordan Oasis in action. And Jordan Oasis, again, if you saw Unseen, and I'm sure you all saw Unseen. Who would have missed Unseen? But if you saw Unseen, then you'll know that, or even if you just saw the news, you'll know that there was a few releases from the WWE ID program. One of those seemingly was Jordan Oasis. So it looks like Jordan Oasis is no longer with that program, but he will be competing tonight. So we've got a few interesting matchups coming up tonight on Evolve. And as we said, the big one being that women's fatal four-way, which genuinely looking forward to. So Evolve looks like it's going to be pretty fun. In the wider wrestling world, obviously we're heading towards Clash in Paris. I do need to get a predictions video sorted. A lot of the news, a lot of the chatter is around the kind of live events that are happening at the moment. There's obviously a lot of live shows that are going on. There's obviously a lot of live banter that's happening and a lot of fun being had at the live events over here in the UK. So my notifications are just pretty much flooded with things like that about like live events and stuff like that and things that are going on the tour. Just fun, just bits like that really. Nothing too serious, nothing too big. But yeah, lots of little bits and bobs for us to get our teeth into. Wrestle Andy, hello. Stephen said, yeah, it was a great Unseen. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but it was a nightmare to upload. It was... yeah, it was a nightmare. I really struggled with trying to get it finished because towards the end of it, normally I do Unseen in one go. And in one go, I just get it recorded, get it uploaded. But I was recording Unseen, and towards the end, the dog started barking loud. And it's because we actually had someone arrive this morning. They're doing a bit of work in the house, right? And they arrived at like 7:15 this morning, and once obviously a stranger comes to the house, Kia starts barking. So I was sat here and all I could hear was rah, 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 rah. I was like, oh my god. I mean, I could hear it so loud you would have heard it on the video. So the problem was I had to wait for the person to go, and they were here for a little while because she didn't stop barking whilst they were here. So that was a nightmare. So yeah, it was one of the trickier ones to record, honestly. I sort of wish I'd done Unseen before doing the review video, and then, you know, I could have got it up earlier. So yeah, it was a little bit delayed. It was a bit of a nightmare, but it's worth doing if people obviously watch it and enjoy it, and pleased to hear that people did. Right, Kelly Osbourne is angry at Becky Lynch for the words on her father, said David. Yes. Yeah, she is. We touched on that in Unseen as well. It's obviously very unfortunate. I mean, there's certainly no malice, is there? We kind of spoke about it, I think, on the stream. We touched on it in Unseen. You know, the real person, Becky, clearly did not mean any ill will. And actually, if you listen to the words that she even said on the show, there's nothing in there that's negative about Ozzy, other than just pointing out the fact that he died, which he did, and the fact that he moved over to LA, and kind of just saying, yeah, I wouldn't stay in Birmingham either, you know? So those, there's not really any kind of other diss there. So, you know, I think it's one of those where talking about him in, you know, a way that is not just praising and, you know, honouring, it feels quite soon, to be honest. And we kind of spoke about what Ozzy means to people in Birmingham. It's different. It's special. He's kind of like the biggest thing to come out of Birmingham. Like, he's like a hero. People really do kind of idolize him because, you know, Birmingham, it ain't got much going for it. I mean, Birmingham is the second city. The council are struggling to collect the bins. You know, the council have gone bankrupt. You know, Manchester's obviously getting all the limelight. They've got the exciting football teams. They're getting some really good development. Birmingham's just for years and years and years been kind of left behind. And so, you know, the people of Birmingham don't have really much to hold on to. But Ozzy, the fact that he came from Birmingham was a real, like, a badge of honor. It was like something to be really proud of. Someone made it out, kind of a thing, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those where that was I don't know, it was a bit soon, and I think Kelly, you know, probably would have said some at any time, to be honest. So you know that they're not shy in speaking out, but I think it's just one of those, pick up the phone, have a word, go, look, I was just trying to upset the crowd. That's my job. I meant nothing bad about your father. I actually said he was the best thing to ever come out of Birmingham. So, you know, I was trying to, you know, I was trying to honor him in a pro wrestling way. And, you know, kind of mentioning him, saying he's one of the best things to come out of Birmingham. I mean, there was no disrespect intended. So, yeah, it's just unfortunate, really. It's just unfortunate. I mean, I do think it opens up the conversation to how do heels get heat now? You know, how do heels get heat? How is a heel meant to upset the crowds? Otherwise, it's just going to be repetitive laying into the local sports team. But at some point, you know, what if sports fans start getting offended by that? And then you, like, you know, all of a sudden you can't do that now. What's a heel meant to do? How's a heel meant to get heat from a crowd? So it's one of those where, I don't know, part of me is like, nah, I really do think that we should allow heels to, because the thing is, if you got offended by that, that's what they wanted. They wanted you to be offended. They wanted you to be upset. That's the whole point in saying it. Like, they're saying it because they're trying to get heat. And heat is you being offended. It is you being upset. That is what they were trying to achieve by saying it. So, you know, it's one of those where if you offend someone because you've said something that you said because you wanted to offend them, you can't really backtrack then, can you? You can't really go back on that. You can't then apologize because you said it to offend. You said it to upset. And then if someone goes, oh, you've upset me, you can't go, oh, like, I'm so sorry. I mean, we are kind of in a weird space now, aren't we? We are in like a really weird where, you know, in the modern world, you try to be a lot more considerate of other people's feelings. Back in the day, mate, the world I grew up in is not the world I'm living in now, let me tell you. Back in the day, like, that kind of consideration of other people's feelings was just not at the level that it is now. And now I think there is more kind of baked in consideration for other people's feelings, so that you don't offend people, you know. And you try to be as accommodating and as, you know, welcoming, which is good. So I'm not down on that. But I do think it becomes interesting in the world of pro wrestling when, you know, heels are there to try and generate heat. Then all of a sudden you go, oh, this is interesting. Because, you know, this is a few occasions where now people are saying things, people are getting upset, and you're like, was that too far? Can you go too far? Don't know. It's a good one. It's a good one. I was not personally offended by it. My first reaction was, though, this might be a bit too soon for this. I think there's other things we could have said and done instead to get heat rather than touch on that. But it was pretty low-hanging fruit, wasn't it? Birmingham's not known for much. If you're going to say something about Birmingham, saying it's a dive is a no-brainer. I actually thought Paul Heyman's line was very creative. The people of Birmingham are not strong enough, tough enough for Manchester, and you're too poor for London. And it's like, that's really good. Manchester is renowned for being a pretty rough place, areas of it. But so is Birmingham, to be honest. I think Birmingham can hold its own on that front. Birmingham's got like gangs and stuff like that in certain parts of the city. So I think Birmingham's, probably not far behind. But like the London line was really good because London is really expensive, as are most capital cities. So, but I just thought overall that was really quite clever, quite witty. I suppose the Becky line wasn't as witty, really. The best thing to come out of Birmingham died a month ago. If I offend you, go F yourself, says William. It's your problem. I do my best to treat people with respect, and I ain't taking your shiz. William, no one... Whoa, William. We're all friends. Curtis said, Daze, Birmingham's probably rougher than Manchester. It could be, honestly. It could be. Daze, did you know if Tyrese didn't get hurt, he would have went out with Johnson? Yes, we'd covered that in Unseen. I didn't know who you meant when you said Tyrese, but Tyrese Halliburton. Yeah, well, apparently the conversations were quite loose. The conversations were quite beginner stages. So I don't know that it was signed, sealed, delivered. But apparently, yes, he was going to, there was talks. He was going to come out with that trophy. And then he got injured, didn't he? Right. In Scotland, we have Neds, said Stephen. Is that a gang or something? Neds. Do you know, the gangs in Birmingham that I've heard of are the Burger Bar Boys. Not even lying. Yeah. The Burger Bar Boys, or the Burger Boys, and the Johnsons, I think they're called. I think it's the Burger Boys and the Johns. Is it the Johnsons, or am I just thinking of dongs? Hang on, let's have a look. Birmingham gangs. Birmingham gangs. Peaky Blinders, but, lol. Birmingham gangs. There's the... Well, it doesn't mention them. It says the Birmingham Boys, the Lynx Gang. Oh my God, there's more gangs than I thought. 14K? What the hell's 14K? If anyone from 14K is watching, I love your gang. I've not heard of them personally. Yeah. That's just me though, right? That's just me. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it is. The Johnson Crew and the Burger Bar Boys. I'm not even making it up. That is their names. I mean, this isn't the Bronx, This isn't Chicago. We're trying, okay? We're trying. Yes, we've got a crew running around that call themselves the Johnsons, right? And yes, the other group called themselves the Burger Bar Boys, okay? But they're still badasses, okay? The Burgers, whose territory includes Smethwick and Handsworth, are said to be richer. Oh, well, I know which side I'm on. And I'm not on any side, actually, by the way. It's probably not wise to go on the internet and say that you've picked a side in gang warfare, I'm not playing this game, okay? If anyone is watching from Birmingham. Love you guys, right? God, did you hear what Becky said, guys? Did you hear? My God. It's not me you want to worry about. So the Burgers, whose territory includes Smethwick and Handsworth, are said to be richer and more organised of the two, with a stronger, more deadly collection of weapons. But what have the Johnsons got going for them? The Aston Lowell-based Johnson Crew, or Johnnies, as they're known. They've got more members. They got the numbers. And they do have some splinter groups as well. They've got the Cash Money Crew and the Raiders. Police have categorised both gangs as being involved in local drug dealing, robberies and kidnappings before shootings started taking place outside of nightclubs. The killings began in the final days of 1995. They were copying Jamaican gangs. There's lots of murders that have gone down and What's that? There's a headline here: dismantled. I don't even know. Is that a person or a group or what? Don't know. I don't know. All I know is I love both of those gangs. Are great in my book. Big fan. Right, Kian said we've got Arsenal next, and then we've got Southampton for the cup. Says yeah, Kian. We don't talk about football here, but we don't talk about football, mate. It's overrated. No, I don't think anyone really enjoys it either. It's Bo Ock said, Daze, I'm from Birmingham's ACOC screen. Shout out to you, my friends. I'm not very good. I mean, I know of ACOC screen, but I couldn't point to it on the map. I'm not very good at like going, okay, that's over there, that's over there. I know Moseley, Kings Heath are quite close. I know they're not far from Edgbaston. My grandparents lived in Hodge Hill, and my grandma lived in Ladywoods. Ladywood's not far from the city centre. Hodge Hill is a good distance out. But yeah, like trying to go where ACOC Green is and all of that, trying to place that next to things, I'm not very good at that, to be honest. But shout out to you, welcome. We've got Evolve in 45 minutes. Wrestle Andy said, Daze, who do we want to win the Raw Women's title? Who do I want to see win the Raw Women's title? Do you know, actually, I'm going to say somewhat controversial, not Stephanie. I don't find her match. I find her matches to be good, but are they thrilling? Are they non-stop? Like, well, not non-stop, but like, I don't know, man. I feel like with Stephanie, she's got Devil's Kiss and everyone loves that. And, you know, she's got some nice moves. She's very good wrestler, but I'm trying to think if I've seen that great classic match. You know, her against Julia was fun, but they've wrestled before. So, you know, I suppose EO against that. Give me EO Stephanie, and let's see how it goes. EO is arguably the best in-ring competitor right now. If anyone's going to get a great match out of Stephanie, it's going to be her. Stephanie, I would say, is very good. So Stephanie is a B+ player. Yeah. Stephanie is the Daniel Bryan of this generation. She is a B+ player. And she can be an A player, but I need to see more of it. She wasn't in NXT all that long. I need to see more. I can't sit here and say that I am desperate to see Stephanie become women's champion. I can't sit here and say that I am chomping at the bit to, you know, see her with that belt and it's going to be amazing and all of. I don't feel that way. I sort of feel like she's just sort of getting given a lot of stuff without me seeing like this list of amazing matches out of her. Devil's Kiss, I think, does a lot of work for her. Her entrance, her kind of presentation, her entrance gear. Like, there's a lot of stuff which is doing some kind of lifting for her, in my opinion. I like her, though. I'm not down on her, but can I sit here and go, yeah, put the belt on her over, say, an EO? No, I couldn't. I'd rather see Asuka get it, to be honest. I'd rather see EO get it. I'd rather see Roxanne get it because Roxanne had an amazing run with that women's championship in NXT. I mean, Roxanne having that belt and running with that belt would be awesome. So if I would go Roxanne if we're going to like put the belt on someone for the first time. You could go Lyra as well because I didn't mind Lyra in the Intercontinental Champion. I would put both of those over Stephanie. I don't know if it's too soon. I don't know if I've just not seen enough good matches. But it's just something that's not quite there for me yet with her. So, yeah. Roxanne, if we want to go on someone new, or EO, because if we're about putting the belt on the best person, well, that just is EO. That EO is that person right now. if the belt goes on your best worker, goes on arguably your most over woman right now, the belt goes on Io. Goes on Io. How do we feel after knowing that Naomi is going to be out for a long time, being one of the most loved wrestlers right now, says Kai Plays. Feel good? Yeah. James said, what's that football thing people talk about? It's a game, but where players, like, you've got this quarterback and they, like, throw the ball and the others catch it and they run and they do these touchdowns and things. I believe that's football. So, yeah, it's, I don't know, people enjoy it. Fair play. Fair play. There's a lot of excitement because I believe the new season's starting up soon. So you might see a lot of people talking about football, and I believe that's what they're referring to. How do I feel about Naomi being out? I feel great because she is achieving something in her life that I don't think she thought she could. She actually did that interview with Stephanie, and she said that she had had, like, fertility issues and she didn't know if it was ever going to happen for her. And, you know, when you hear comments like that, you go, yeah, there is more to life than pro wrestling. Isn't that? You know, here's a woman that I think we all know would be an amazing mother, and she has had fertility issues, like, didn't think she would ever be able to get pregnant. Wasn't, or at least certainly wasn't sure. It was not a guarantee. And, you know, now she's managed to get pregnant and now she's going to have a baby. And it's funny because some people look at that and go, oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, you know, she was the champ. She was like, they were giving her a big push. Like, why now? And it's like, well, hey, listen, sometimes in life, things don't just perfectly align. And if it wasn't now, then Naomi might never have been a mother, because the issues that she's had throughout her life might have continued. So there is more to life than just pro wrestling. And so I'm really, really pleased for her. And the great thing about WWE and pro wrestling in general is that, you know, if someone has to miss out because of injury or because of them having a baby or illness or whatever it might be, whatever reason it is for them missing out, there's always someone ready to step up, step in. You know, I mean, we have got a lot of talent. It's just who's the right person to give the ball to. So, you know, I mean, I think Roxanne's interesting. I think Raquel had a decent run down in NXT. She was okay. She's got a good size to her. I still think she's going to go on and be a women's champion at some point. You know, at the moment, she's just been not pushed to the side. She's getting regular TV time being in Judgment Day. And I would not be shocked if she turns on Liv at some point and we actually do a Liv Raquel feuds. Obviously, we've already had a little look at Raquel Rhea as a feuds. And, you know, I think there's a bit more for Raquel to, like, work on. I think it was Kevin Nash that gave Raquel some feedback saying she needs to work bigger. And I was really impressed with her response. She was like, thank you, sir. If anyone knows what it means to be a big performer in this business, it's you. And that was, she responded to Kevin Nash, and it was really well written. Very respectful. And she just came across really well in that. So, yeah, I think, like, Raquel in the future, but not now. Roxanne, I think you can pull the trigger on really at any point because she's that good. Stephanie is going to get the belt at some point. I don't know that it needs to be now. I would love to see some matches. I'd love to see, give me something really good on the main roster, please. Give me something from Stephanie that is like, oh my God, she just cooked. Put her in a singles match and show me why she deserves to be the champion. Forget what she did down in NXT, which I don't even think was that much. But forget what she did and, you know, show me on the main roster why we should make her the women's champ right now. She won a battle royal to get this opportunity at Evolution. A battle royal. So, and since then, has she even wrestled? I don't even know the last time I saw her wrestle. So I want to see some banging singles matches out of her. There's no mad rush, is there? So, but yeah, if you're going to put the belt on the best right now, surely that is Io. Surely that is Io. But I don't mind putting the belt on Asuka and then doing a feud with Io for the title. I wouldn't mind that. Imagine if Asuka somehow got that belt. I don't know how many more opportunities or how many more times Asuka's going to get to the mountaintop now. I sort of feel like the women's division has slightly passed her by. Io is kind of the Asuka replacement, if you will. That's how it feels. And I think Asuka's injuries have probably caught up with her. I think the fact that Julia, Stephanie, Io, there's this kind of Roxanne, there's definitely been this new wave of talent that has just sort of moved some of that previous generation a bit further down the pecking order. You know, there's certainly people, and I think this is why Charlotte was acting the way she was with Tiffany, because I think Charlotte feels like she's being replaced. I'd imagine Asuka probably feels like she's been replaced, but she won't mind as much because she loves Io. They're great friends. But she probably has been replaced. Some of those opportunities Io is getting are opportunities I'm sure Asuka would have had. So it's hard to say she hasn't been replaced. But that is part of the game, isn't it? It's about constantly evolving, moving forward, staying relevant. So, yeah, there's lots of options. Elijah, shout out to you, said, I think WWE needs a draft to refresh things. Yeah, I hear you. I think they do need a draft. I do agree with you. I think a draft would just freshen things up, move some people around. I mean, straight out of the gate, without even really thinking of like who you would move where and why. I mean, we've got a really good tag division on SmackDown. We don't have a good tag division on Raw. Do a draft, move some of those teams to different shows. I've got to think then that the Raw tag division, if you're the Raw creative team and you just get the Street Profits and you just get, I don't know, DIY, like, and then you've also got, I don't know, New Day, Judgment Day, like, how are you not going to actually start booking a really good tag division? Like, I've got to think that you will. I've got to think, like, surely the people that write for Raw watch SmackDown to see what they're doing. Surely they can see the success they've had with the tag division on SmackDown. I mean, that seems like not a quick fix. I mean, it's took SmackDown a long time to get their tag division up and running. It's took them pretty much 2025 to, like, week after week after week keep investing. And, not just having them off TV for a few weeks. Like, they've constantly kept them on TV. And they've put them in, like, a televised TLC match, which was amazing. And, Slam, of course. And, Raw's got to look at that and go, yeah, we took the L on that. They've got to know they took the L on that. They've got to know that if they compare their tag division to SmackDown's, they've taken the L. So a big draft, hopefully, would kickstart the Raw tag division, Plus then, mid-card, it's always good to move a few people around just to freshen up the mid-card a little bit. Top end of the card, I don't know how that would change, actually. I mean, I think anyone that goes over and goes for the WWE Championship... Hang on, we're on Starlink again. Let's unstarlink. Yeah, I think anyone that goes for the WWE Championship, you're going to need to be a big name. I don't think they put that belt on anyone other than arguably the face of the company. So I think if you're a top big name and you get moved to SmackDown, you're probably being told that you ain't going to be champ anytime soon, or not world champ anyway. If I was talent, I would definitely want to... Right, hopefully that's going to... Yeah, there we go. That's better. Yeah, it was a real problem there trying to get that router working. We were on Starlink, and Starlink is in the back of the house, and it's not very good. It's a bit temperamental. It like dips in and out, so it's not a good router to be connected on. And so then I was like, all right, we'll just change to the other one. Normally it takes a few seconds. Just would not connect. So I just had to restart it all. This should be a better router, to be honest. This should be a more stable router. Thinking about it, I bet what's caused a bit of trouble is the fact I'm using my VPN. I bet that's caused some problems because I've got the VPN on because of Tubi. So, technical issues, but they have now been resolved. So, yeah, Elijah, I agree with you, but I think we do need to try and find a draft room for a draft, get a draft sorted. and find a way of like moving forwards. We need to fix the tag division, mix up the mid card, get some new feuds. What we do at the top end of the card, I'm not sure. I've got to think next year, Gunther, Punk, Cody, Rock maybe, Roman maybe, kind of around that WWE Championship. Seth, I'd imagine as well. And then I would just put, and I've said this before, but all those names, all those people that are like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, like all of those kind of upper mid-card names, right? All those people that are not going to be the face of the company, but they're also people that are probably, I don't want to say too big for a mid-card title, but they've been there, they've done it, and they don't need to go back to it. Really, it's world titles for them now. Like, put all of those onto the same show and just have a big scramble as people try to get that World Heavyweight Championship. Could be so much fun. Just get get a good 6, 7, 8 people. AJ Styles. AJ Styles is probably not going to get the WWE title. He's probably not going to be the face of the company, right? So just put him on the same brand as Sammy and as Finn, and if Kevin ever came back, Kevin, maybe Rey Mysterio. Just those kind of upper mid-card people, and have them all fighting for that World Heavyweight Championship. And I think that could be so much fun, because really any of those, you could have put that belt on, because that belt is, just really there for, I think, giving someone their first run as a world champion, or if it didn't really work out, giving them another run as a world champion. I think once you've had like a good World Heavyweight Championship run, then move on to the WWE Championship, which is why I would move Gunther onto that now. I think Gunther can put a WWE title reign on his resume. But Damian Priest, probably not. So, yeah, I'd look for something like that. And but I don't even know when we're doing the draft. There's no word, there's no rumor as to when that's going to happen. Benny, shout out to you. Said, what do we think the card's going to be for WrestlePalooza? Raw has averaged 2.8 late this month. 2.8's good. 2.8 strong. It could be better, but it's been worse. The card for WrestlePalooza, I mean, I think the women's title match will probably be on there. So at the moment, I'm thinking Io against Stephanie. I think that obviously we know John against Brock, and we know that it's going to be Cody against Drew. You're going to need to get Seth on there as to who he defends against. Tricky. If they want that ESPN show to be big, do you do the singles match, Seth against Punk? Seth against Punk, and you put it on there for the title. Maybe you just go really big. Tiffany's going to have to defend her belt. Who she defends against? I mean, who's sniffing around? Jade's already had her shot. I don't think we go back to that, but we might do. It won't be Nia. Surely it won't be Nia. So, I don't know. Would we do the Jade rematch there? Potentially. Dominic. I don't know if Dominic keeps his belt. Maybe AJ gets the belt. Dominic's been pretty fun, though, with going to Mexico. I don't think Dominic needs the IC title. I think Dominic being free to just go wherever is pretty good. And then that way we could have... I think AJ should have a run with that IC belt. I really think I'd put that belt on AJ now. I think Dom being IC champ hasn't really done a great deal. It's been okay, but I mean, he hasn't really done a great deal with it. He's had a few title defenses, but I mean, this is not the most memorable title reign. So I think like having AJ defend would be pretty good, and you've got to get like probably Wyatt Six on there as well. We know that Triple H doesn't really go for massive cards. You're probably going to get like 6 matches, 7 matches, something like that. The majority being championship matches, of course. I think we probably already know about half of the cards. So just need to put on the other kind of title matches. So something around that. Right. Daze, how are we going to control Web tomorrow if it's lagging, said Ali. It's not me anymore. I don't control it. It won't lag tomorrow. The setup that I've got is that I don't have good broadband where I live. So all my streaming has to be done via 5G. All of my streaming is done on the same network that your phone is on. So actually the amount of lag we have, considering I have to use 5G for my streams, is actually quite minimal. I mean, I'm no complaints from me. Could it be better over the years? Of course. And I'd love for it to have been better. But yeah, unfortunately, I live in the countryside, so I just don't have good fibre broadband by me. We do have internet, and it's unstreamable. I'd have to drop the settings to like 240p and like really cut back on a load of stuff just to get like streaming on our broadband. So I use 5G. But the thing is, if that 5G tower goes down, which it has done a few times in the past, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I'm dead. So that happened once, and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I've got to find a solution. And what I did is I bought Starlink, you know, the Elon Musk thing. I purchased that, and so I have Starlink. It's not very reliable. I mean, what I would say about Starlink is it's okay, and you can get some out of it, but it is no replacement for my 5G streaming. So if ever I'm on Starlink, I am not surprised if it's a bit wobbly. And I just saw at the start of the stream it was a bit wobbly. So it just makes total sense to go to my other router, which is my 5G router, which is my better router. But for some reason that was struggling to connect. But I think it's because of the VPN. So yeah, you know, it's just boring technical things, but they're no big dramas. Tomorrow for the web. Oh, maybe. Maybe we're back. Maybe we're back. Try refresh. I'm going to write refresh. Refresh, baby. Guys, can you see me? Refresh. Guys. Refresh. Guys. Can you see me? Why can't you see me? Crying face. Where's the crying faces? Crying face. And I'm actually crying. I am actually crying. I am actually crying right now. You can't see me, but I am in tears. Oh, we see you. Okay, good. Guys, we're back. That was emotional. Yeah, so that was nothing to do with Wi-Fi. Believe it or not. All the power just went out. Everything just went. Like, I was talking, and all of a sudden I was in a black room. There was no lights. There was no computers. There was nothing. Yeah? Nothing. It was like I was in Arkansas. There was just no technology. So it was quite scary. I had to get the torch on my phone and go to the fuse box. And so that had nothing to do with Wi-Fi. That was to do with just the power coming into the house. So that's lols, isn't it? That's lols. That hasn't happened for a while. So why not? Of course it would make sense for that to happen just some Saturday going, no, it's fine, it's fine. I just needed to switch over to a different router. We haven't got any technical problems. Power goes. Of course. Of course. The good thing, though, is that the views on the stream did continue to keep rising. So, do you know what I mean? that is, you do have to take the positives. The stream has still been able to add views whilst we've gone through that. So, whew. Right, I'm going to turn the VPN on, which I'm sure that's going to cause problem. VPN is on. Have I still got Tubi? Because I did have that linked up, ready to go. I do. I have got Tubi, and we are just 8 minutes away. God, what a journey we've had today. It's been so emotional. It's just one of those days, said Sam Damman. Yep, Sam Damman. It is absolutely one of those days. Mr. B said, I have never seen days in this many tears before. The struggle is so real. I did really well, actually, because when you came back, I just grabbed a tissue and just wiped them all away. And I'm really good at just, like, composing myself. So, oh, God, I was a mess there. I was a mess for a minute. But thank you for bearing with me. I can give you some light, said Mr. B Light. It's in my name. Yes. Well, I'm doing all right at the moment. I've got some fireflies in the room, and they're just kind of illuminating things for me. Wacko Magician said, "Who's deleting my messages? What is wrong with them?" I don't think anyone is. I can't see any deleted messages, so I don't know why. Maybe there's another technical problem, but that one got through, so that's good. William, shout out to you. I'm going to turn the VPN on and immediately cut frames. Said, yeah, well, I'm glad that didn't happen, but I did need to turn the VPN on for Tubi, obviously. Right. Daze is live, said taken 1990. And I mean, we're in this really awkward sort of spot right now where we've only got 6 minutes, so we can't really start any like big juicy conversation. Miss Clown said, I refreshed and now I've got porn. Yeah, well, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. I saw someone asking about what's the Wi-Fi like over here. I think the Wi-Fi in the UK is okay. The Wi-Fi in UK is fine. I think there are better countries, stronger, like that have better Wi-Fi than what we do. I think ours is okay. If there was like a leaderboard, I'd imagine we're like middle of the pack, maybe more towards the top end. But that's for the cities. You know, if you live in Manchester, Liverpool, London, Birmingham, even in the towns. But I mean, I am literally just in the countryside. I've just got farms around me. So, like, for me, they don't do, like, the broadband in this area. It is up the road now, though. They have been installing it up the road. So, I mean, they are rolling it out. But, I mean, I've been here for, you know, just before the pandemic. The pandemic probably slowed things down as well, to be honest. But, yeah, they ain't reached me yet. And do you know what's really annoying? My cousin's wife, it's her job to look and see where the best places are to put broadband, to roll it out across the country. And I keep saying to her, I'm like, help me out. And she, like, if you tell them, like, ours is a good place to do next, they'll do us next. And she's like, yeah, but financially it doesn't make sense. And I'm like, I don't care about financially, right? I need better broadband. She's like, I just can't do it. I'm like, well, you're dead to me. You're not my sister, cousin, or whatever you are. What is the wife of your cousin? I don't even know what that is. Your cousin. Is she my second cousin? Is she my cousin-in-law? Is she my cousin-in-law? I don't know. She's dead to me. I heard that UK people can access Wikipedia. Yes, we can. We can. That came online just the other week. It's big for us. Quiz finished, and I immediately fell asleep, said GS Dub. Right, guys, we have got this week's show about to start in 4 minutes. We have got a women's championship match. So all this messing around that you lot have done, right, it needs to stop because we need to dial into Evolve, because Evolve is going to be really good this week because we have got a women's championship match. We get to watch women legally, right? And not have to worry about going to prison. So this is going to be good. I'm looking forward to this. Should be good. Is Kylie... What if Kylie doesn't retain? What if Nikita Lyons becomes the new women's champion? How will we feel? I mean, I'll feel fine. I'll feel fine. I want something. I want something. I want that. That's what I wanted. That is exactly what I wanted. And I want that as well. I am getting ready. I'm ready. I'm moving that over there. Right. We have got just a few minutes. 3 minutes and we will be live with Evolve. Guys, put in your thoughts, your secrets, anything you want to share with the community. What's this? Daze, she is your cousin-in-law. Right. Thank you. Cousin-in-law. She's dead to me. We should put all the blame on Nate. He caused all this. Hey, Nate, did I get a picture from you, Nate? Because you won the outright championship last week. It's you against Kyle. I don't know if Kyle's here, but Kyle, you better be around tomorrow. Big dream match tomorrow. Nate versus Kyle in the member stream. I'm really looking forward to that. If not, Kyle is going to be stripped of the championship if he is not on the stream by tomorrow night. So, Kyle, I hope you're hearing these words. So, that's going to be big tomorrow. Sonny said, did you see my 100th Funko Pop? I did. I did, Sonny. Sucked. Should have been wrestling rather than some stupid Disney thing. Yeah? Sucked. Should have been Maxine Dupree. But if you like it, that's all that matters. Nate's not a member anymore. Oh man, we're having right drama. I thought Nate had become a member again. I thought I heard that last week. Oh my God. Well, Kyle, you still better turn up tomorrow. I wasn't talking about YouTube, but thanks for clarifying. I was sending messages and it wasn't showing. Where was you sending them if it wasn't on YouTube, bud? Right, guys, I've pressed play. Guys, I'm sat here with headphones on. It's not even plugged into the right thing. Oh, God. There we go. Right, I've got then. And I still haven't sorted the ad blocker. It is a bad day. This is a bad day. I'm having a bad day. So you had a bad day. That's me. Diddling, diddling. Diddling, diddling. Bump, bump, bump. Okay, WWE, I'm having a bad day. You need to give me a good day. Actually, it is a bad day, isn't it? When I think about the results that have happened today. Right. There's Jordan Oasis. There is Brooks Jensen. Sonny said, I saw the ugliest car today. It was a Cybertruck and it looked horrendous. I saw a Cybertruck. I saw a Cybertruck when I was in America last year. They were quite exciting to see in person when they were first coming out, but I wouldn't be as excited to see them now. Right, we just got Chantel. Nate said, Daze, I won't be able to face Carl tomorrow because I won't be able to renew my membership. Can we reschedule me and Kyle for September 4th? Well, yeah, I mean, look, you won the interim title. You then won the outright title. So you definitely deserve a shot. So, yes. I will grant that. I don't know if it'll be Kyle that's champion, though, because I'm still stripping him tomorrow if he's not around. Can't go 3 weeks without defending. No way. Not on my watch. Because I'm a G like Ali. I'm a G like Ali. Evolve. Here we go. Oh, Kendall Gray. Oh, God, please give her better graphics than that. Her character is nothing like those graphics. They are awful. They are awful. Change your graphics now. Awful. I think I want you to change her music as well. Kendall Gray making her way down. She's really starting to feel like a big deal to me. It's probably because I'm watching so much of her. I mean, she was on the show yesterday as Ren Sinclair's partner. Yeah, so Gray against Choo. Dream match. Gray against Choo. See, this is better. Look, Wendy Choo, you can tell they've actually invested in her character. She's got better graphics, better music. From the city that never sleeps. I've never listened to that before. From the city that never sleeps. Where's that? What's the city that never sleeps? I hope Gray wins. Wendy Choo in the ring. Brighton. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. Preston. The city that never sleeps is Insomnia Town, says Rhino. There she is. There she is. Right, here we go. Kendall Gray, Wendy Choo. Okay, right now we've got Kendall back against the ropes. Going back in the corner. Into the middle. We got Wendy Choo throwing Kendall over. Kendall going right back up to her feet, though. Wendy doing that character work. Kendall, I don't think, is worried about Wendy Choo. Look at that. Straight over. Taking the back. So Kendall round the back and getting Wendy down. Picking her up. Taking her down. Going for a pin. Again, round the back. Using that amateur wrestling. Getting back up to her feet. There's a back elbow there by Wendy Choo. Wendy Choo round the back of Kendall. Kendall holding on to that top rope. Wendy goes back and lovely little moment there. Tilts the head over to the side. Big boot coming in there by Kendall. Nice headlock takeover. Kendall ground down, trying to kick out. Keeping her grounded at the moment. Recently defeated Kendall Gray's bestie. Kylie Bright, she did. I love that. Just as Kendall was trying to get back up, bang! Took her back down again there, Kendall. Right now, we've got Wendy. She's going to do the handstand. Why? I don't understand why. Oh, that was quite nice. I like that. I was going to say, when people are doing that sort of handstand to get out of that hold, why aren't people punching them in the back? That doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't like the whole, oh, look, it's pro wrestling, you have to just go with it sometime. No, you don't. When we're praising things for being good, it's because the details are normally really good. So if the details are off on something, then it's fair criticism. I'm arguing with myself now. Shut up, Daze. Stop trying to defend it. Right now, we've got Wendy coming up, grabbing the hair of Kendall. Kendall going back to the corner. Referee's in there having a few words. Shot coming into the midsection. Daze, why the dogs was parking today because of a stranger? Yeah, my dog that I've got always barks if there's a stranger around in the house. Even if family come over and they're not familiar with the family, bark, 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 bark. Takes her a while to get used to people. If she sees that we're all right with them, if she sees there's no drama, then she gets okay. But the problem is the guy was doing work and she couldn't see how we were reacting to him. So as a result, she was just on red alert, high alert all the time. And it was like, oh my God. That was bad this morning, actually. That really delayed Unseen by about an hour and a half, if not 2 hours. So my bad day started really early this morning. Kick coming in there by Wendy. Right now, Wendy has got Kendall swinging net breaker. Kendall goes down. There's been some good action here. Okay, I've gone to commercial break. Sonny said, I made $31 this month for 6 books sales, 4 of them being my new book. Sonny, congrats. Very good. We should be doing vignettes with Wendy Choo, said Bishop. Yes, I hear you. Yes. Miss Clown said, I always argue with myself. I'm such a tool. Well, I think we all do it, to be honest. I do it. Take a 1990 said, the city that never sleep. What's this? The Dumb House. Oh, the 1% Club. We have that. We've got that show. 1% Club. 1% Club, we have that. Okay, now we've got an advert for SummerSlam. Is this an advert for SummerSlam? Oh, yeah, next year. 2026. 2 nights. Minneapolis. The US Bank Stadium. Are you ready? There we go. SummerSlam Minneapolis 2026. Okay, we're back to the action. We've got Kendall Gray upside down in the corner. Wendy Choo looking to charge in. Drop kick. Oh my God, that was right in the boobs. That looked like it was in the boobs to me. She can hold her stomach all she wants. Right now we've got Kendall getting up. Okay, a little bit of selling there by Kendall. Knee in the back there by Wendy. Shouting out there by Kendall. Selling that. Kendall goes back. Wendy being slow, methodical, grabbing the hair of Kendall. Shot to the midsection there by Kendall. And again, trying to find a way back. She's got the crowd with her. The crowd are behind her, chanting her name. Taking Kendall over. Looking for this neck twist. I don't know about that move. I suppose it would hurt. I wouldn't fancy being in it, but... Over in the corner, I just don't... I think there's so much... I think there's better moves. It does get a reaction from the crowd, though. Oh, lovely kick there by Wendy Choo. That was nice. Kendall goes down. 2. Kick out there by Kendall. Kick out by Kendall. Wendy grabbing the hair. Right now she's got the one arm trapped. That's nice as well. She's actually targeting the neck here, isn't she? We've seen neck breakers. That neck twist. Now she's got like a neck crank. Kendall trying to get back up to her feet. She takes Wendy over. Duck underneath. Oh, clothesline. They both go down. Double clothesline. Wendy down. Kendall down. Crowds applauding away. Much better sized crowds at this one. There's a couple of rows. We watched an Evolve the other week where there was next to no one in the crowds. It really struggled as a result. Shot coming in there by Wendy. Kendall. Shot to the midsection. Shot coming back there by Wendy. Kendall with a big blow coming in as well. And again. Oh, something just went flying off Wendy there. Another big right hand by Kendall. Kick to the midsection. Big chop coming in. Duck underneath. Grabbing her. Clothesline. Short arm clothesline. Getting Wendy up. Duck underneath again. Over against the ropes. Oh, it's like a flying elbow. Yeah, look at her screaming out. Yeah, come on. Go on, Kendall. Go on, Kendall. Oh, look at that. Sliding underneath the ring, taking the legs away from Wendy, going over the top. Oh! Crashing down to the midsection. Bang! Into a DDT. Wendy Choo in trouble. 2. Kick out. Nice. This is good. It's a good match, this. Elements of it that I would change to make it even better, but I think they're doing really well. Right now, Wendy coming over, grabbing Kendall. I love Kendall's reactions. Her reactions are really big. There's a bit of a sleeper that was in there, and she was like, oh, really panicked, and she's very quick at getting through the ropes and everything. That slide under the bottom rope looked really good. Her stepping through the ropes there was really good. She's all over the ring as well. I mean, she's using levels. She's going up top now. She's sold. She's been on the offense. There's been good movesets that have been in there. Now we've got Wendy looking for a big superplex. Feel like the arch on that could have been bigger. It was like that instead of like... Oh, look at that, though. That standing suplex was beautiful. That had a lovely size to it. The standing one was, like, really good. The one at the superplex on the corner was a little snap thing. I think if you're going to do a superplex, you should make it as big as possible because you're on the top. Doesn't really make much sense to be on the turnbuckle and do this little thing, you know? If you're going to do a suplex from the corner, go big. 1, 2, no. Back up on the feet, moving out the way. Wendy against the ropes. Whoa! Look at that! Power slam! See that? Dude, I need to see the replay on that. That was nice. There was not much room to work there, but that was good. Right now, Kendall trying to grab the arm. Wendy rolling her up. 1, 2. Kick out there, but they're getting some time here, aren't they? Up on the shoulders. On the feet. Over in the corner. Middle rope. Oh, I don't know what she was going for. Slammed down there by Wendy. Dirt nap. Dirt nap. Dirt nap. Kendall in trouble. Kendall is in trouble, but she manages to roll over too and gets the pin. She's been choked out whilst doing it, though, I think. Has she been choked? That's so good if she's been choked out. Stay down, Kendall. Stay down. Yes, look at that. She won the match and she doesn't even know. So she was in a dirt nap. She managed to flip over. She managed to get the pin, but she is choked out. I like that match, honestly. I think there's some good stuff. I don't get that bit. I never understand when people come off the corner and they don't really have anything that they're going for. Kendall was in the corner. She jumped, but she wasn't going for a crossbody. She wasn't going for a double axe handle. She wasn't going for an elbow. She was just like jumping. Well, she's got the win, but I think this is far from over. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in there. If you think about everything they just did. Ice Williams. Ali said, are you looking forward to the watch along of SmackDown on Friday? Yeah, man, of course. Should be good. We'll do 2 of them as well. Because we're live on Netflix. And then we're back later, aren't we? Ice, 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 ice. I've been chilling in the back, says Ice Williams. Oh no, another wrestler that got released, said Glockness. James said, I'm watching AEW because I'm a traitor. Traitor. You traitor. Crack 'em, pack 'em, put 'em in the freezer. Shame, innit? Right, tonight, Kylie Armstrong, Chantel Monroe, Nikita Lyons, and Carmen Petrovich. Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way. There's Nikita. That's a good look for her, actually. That sort of like, I don't know, barbarian type thing. Xena warrior princess vibes. That's like, she should go with that. Her ring gear doesn't always look like that. Here's Brooks Jensen. What is his... What's his gimmick? He just seems like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. Like he just kind of comes out and goes... He's calling out Jordan Oasis. He's in the ring. He's having a word with the ref. I mean, there ain't much there, is there, when he comes out? Here's someone else that's no longer with WWE. Jordan Oasis. Okay, Oasis versus Brooks. Me too, Daze. I'm watching AEW. Oh my god. Well, guys, you just missed a really great match between Kendall Gray and Wendy Choo. So you should be ashamed. Because I bet you're having to watch, like, Kenny Omega or something. Bet you're having to watch Tony Storm. She's so good. Right, here we go. We are underway. Brooks Jensen, Jordan Oasis. Locking up middle of the ring. Jennifer said, poor Brooks, that was dead. Yeah, I've seen enough. Bring out the steam pig, said brother. Steam pig, steam pig, steam pig. You're right. I want him to fully embrace the steam pig thing. I want oinking to be part of his entrance music. And then a scream. Ah! And then the music starts. Imagine that. Quick cuts. And there he is with his mask and steam coming out of it. Steam pig. You tell me that doesn't get over. Of course it gets over. Of course it gets... So excited about the steam pig. Bacon. Oh my god. Mr. B, like, that's so good. Bacon. Yes. God, what we just spoke about is so much more exciting than what I'm watching right now. John Oasis said he left all material objects behind in a journey to find himself. It's a little bit Elias, isn't it, really? Shot coming in there by Brooks. Chop coming in there by Jordan Oasis. Shoulder barge there by Jordan Oasis. It's kind of really hard to get into this match because we know that Jordan Oasis is no longer with WWE, and that's kind of WWE saying we just don't think this guy's quite the level we need. So I feel like they've already told us, like, yeah, this isn't going to be that good. This isn't going to be that good because, like, we don't believe in this guy enough to keep him around. Jordan Oasis has got Brooks. Brooks hurls Jordan Oasis into the ring post. Brings him back, and again with the arm, smashes that into the ring post as well. It's a weird camera shot, isn't it? Forearm shot there by Brooks as we go to commercial break. This October, John Cena goes to Perth. Have I seen this? I don't think I've seen this Crown Jewel, lads. SmackDown, Crown Jewel, Perth, and Raw. Didn't tell me anything other than Cena's going to be there. Okay, we're back to the act. Oh, no, we're back on again. Got some woman in a cinema. Scared of a little blood. Crest. I got a Crest advert. Oh my god, Crest works below the gum line. Guys, you've got gum detoxifier? You've got toothpaste that will detoxify your gums? Wow. We just have bits of wire to that. That's all we've got. You've got gum detoxifiers in America. Right now, we've got back to the action. Jordan Oasis down. We're 24 minutes in, and we have still got our big championship match on the way. I'm sure there'll be some kind of sit-down interview with Chewie as well. So, working on the arm at the moment. BG said, NXT still does better ratings than other shows. Days, horrible slump for NXT. They did 740, 728, 675, and then last night 616. Ooh, really? 616. I think anything over 650 is great. I wonder what's happened there. How have they crashed? Mr. B Light said, did Ice and Jordan come from Knox Wrestling? I don't know, but don't know. There might not be a Knox Wrestling for them to go back to, might there? If the Knox Wrestling's going to get sued within an inch of its life. If you go to WWE ID, that will probably tell you where they came from. I mean, I can tell you where they came from. Their moms and their dads loved each other very much. And on a magical night, the penis went into the vagine. There was semen and eggs, and then these people were created. Da-da! It's something like that. You can fill in the blanks. I'm actually on the WWID thing, but they post a lot, so I can't even get back to the original welcome this person posts. I'm so bored of this match, and like, I blame WWE. Elbow there by Brooks. Yeah, you'd have to have a look on WWID or like search them or do some work. I can't be bothered. Knee there by Jordan Oasis. Clothesline by Jordan Oasis. Another back elbow. Jordan did train at Knox X. Thank you, Steve. Jordan planting Brooks. What are they chanting? Flat back Jordan. It's not a very passionate chant. Flat back Jordan. Jordan. Cannonball there by John Oasis. John Oasis on the outside the ring. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh my God. That first match was so good. That first match was like Mona Lisa compared to this. That first match you lot said was 56% great. You really enjoyed that. Shoulder barge there by Brooks and Jordan Oasis. Big boots. Went for a clothesline to the back of the head. Brooks goes over the top to the outsides. Jordan grabs Brooks. Forearm shot there by Jordan. Brooks on the edge of the ring. Another shot coming back. Right now, Brooks going over to the corner. He's trying to desperately get some life back into his arm. I mean, Brooks doing some good selling. He's doing some work. Like, it's not often during a match you'll see someone going, come on, trying to get some feeling back in their limbs. Shot coming in again there by Brooks. Elbow coming in. Oh, it goes with that arm, though. I mean, he was struggling with that arm. Then he's just delivered some clotheslines with it. 1, 2, 3. Well, it's over. And I'm pleased. Daze, Clash in Paris predictions on the web, said Ali. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I don't even set the streams up anymore. I mean, if I was to make the graphic and set the stream up, yes. But I don't do any of that anymore. But the people I sent my Thriller story to, have you had time to read it? Says Sunny. And also, please consider getting my third book. It's called After the Storm, a collection of poems. Should we do a poll for that? We probably should, shouldn't we? I don't think it's going to go well, though. It's Chewy. Chewy's going to speak to Brooks. That performance might put you in for a championship match. Crowd are booing. I'm looking for the men's Evolve champion. Oh, why is he putting his hand on a wrestler? When do you ever see an interviewer put their... I mean, it wasn't much, but just a... Well, I've not done with you yet. If I'm Brooks Jensen, I'm going... I've been a tag team champ. Is that gonna get anywhere? Alabama, bam, 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 bammer. All of that feels wrong. I wouldn't even know where to start there. If I was working at the Performance Center, I'd be like, all of that feels wrong. I don't believe your gimmick. I don't feel like I'm seeing the real you. It feels very forced. Don't think the promo is very captivating. I don't think the in-ring works very... I think there's some elements in there that he's trying to bring in. But that is just not it. Okay, here's Stevie. It doesn't matter who you put in front of him. Jackson Drake's going to put them down. Hondos. Hondos. She doesn't want you. Have I missed something? Are we teasing Stevie Turner and Ricky Smokes? Or Ricky's got a crush on? That would be great. If Ricky has got a thing for Stevie and Stevie doesn't really know, and he's going to be all like nervous around her, that could be really fun. Zayda Steele just said to Ricky, like, she doesn't want you. She doesn't want anything to do with you. If we were going to do something with that, that could be fun. Okay, guys, forget what you've just seen, because we have got the championship match next. I feel like every week they've got Brooks just spinning a wheel of gimmicks, said Steve. Do you know, there was one gimmick that I loved, and everyone knows what I'm going to say. Online, he was posting old promos, and he was posting and talking about old wrestling. And, you know, they were kind of... He was digging into the old territory style wrestling. So, you know, he was kind of coming out. And I could believe that. I can believe that is kind of who he is. I could believe that he is all about wrestling and that it is his life and he loves the old days. Like, that's not hard for me. But to believe that that is kind of a passion of his. But I'm not sure. I don't believe what I just saw. Feels forced. Feels like an ill-fitting suit. Okay, we've got Mason Holiday just talking right now. Who do you want? Kendall Gray's been on fire. Chantel getting a mention. Ah, that's fair. Mason Holiday said, the person I think's the measuring stick round here is none of those. I think it's Kylie Ray. Okay. Right, here we go. Here's Barbarian. I would change all of that entrance. I would change it all. Nikita Lyons strikes me as a real housewife that's decided she's going to give wrestling a go. She's got a bit of money. She can afford some good entrance gear. She can afford to record her own entrance. But that is just... I can just picture her with a cigarette and like a bathrobe and slippers, kind of like walking around a house. I don't know why. There's a bit in her entrance that I just saw there where she had like that robe thing on, the jacket on, and she's kind of walking like this. And in my mind, I could just see her with a cigarette and a bathrobe, some slippers, hair in curlers. I don't know why. That's the mental image I've just got of Nikita Lyons. It doesn't scream superstar. I just think her entrance is so confused. I mean, she's a lion, but she's dressed like some sort of barbarian. there's some sort of like modern R&B track or whatever, and it's like, what are we doing here? What is this? Here's Carmen Petrovic. Daze, did you notice how you was left speechless and the flopped NXT lower card tanking Evolve as opposed to being focused and excited Indian NIL talent? Well, yeah, I mean, you are right, actually. It is a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because you bring down some of that NXT talent to make this show feel a bit more watchable. Like, oh, I know those people. I know Nikita Lyons. I know Brooks Jensen. So you tune in, like, they're meant to bring a bit of star power. They're meant to bring a little bit of familiarity. But actually, you're absolutely right. I mean, they are... Oh, we don't know yet, but, I mean, they've got to be amongst the worst things on the show. I mean, that Brooks Jensen Jordan Oasis match, I mean, we can end the poll now. It looks like you lot are going to give it a good rating, which I think is really fair. Probably overly fair. I wouldn't have been shocked if that slipped into like a real bad rating. It actually got good 83%, that match just. And I was not blown away by Brooks Jensen's promo afterwards. It's not a knock of him. I'm not knocking him. I just don't think he's found the right vehicle, the right kind of presentation yet. So I just don't, it's not comfortable. The best way I could word it is it's like an ill-fitting suit. It just doesn't fit him right. It doesn't look good. It's not working. So, you know, he's kind of come down here, I think, to try and find himself, rediscover himself. I mean, if they thought that it was all working and everything, they would use him on NXT. Same with Nikita, isn't it? You know, she's down here, yeah, to provide some name value. But again, if it was really working, then she would be getting used on NXT. So she's kind of down here to provide a bit of name value. Bit of like, oh, I know that girl. But she's got some stuff that she needs to work out. I tell you the thing that I don't understand, and that is that I don't see them really trying new stuff. I mean, I like this gear for Nikita. Let's look at some positives. I think this gear works for her. I certainly prefer it to some of the ring gear I've seen her wearing before, so I think this is a good development. This match is going to have to be about 5 minutes, said AB Jobson. I don't think Evolve should be a place for failed NXT talent. They've flopped on developmental. Both Brooks and Nikita have been on TV, and it's not worked. If those were budget cuts, I would understand. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, yeah, if they did it's not worked, and so if they, you know, thanks, but it's not worked, then okay. But equally, if they've got good attitudes, if you think that you see them work and there's some good stuff from them when they're training, and you, like, you know, Nikita's got a good size to her, for example. There's a lot of girls that come in that are quite small. One thing you could say about Nikita is she's got a presence. They might have seen some improvement there. She might be doing some good stuff. It's just, can they find the right packaging for her? Can they find the right presentation for her? Sometimes it's not a million miles away. And so clearly they think there's something there. I mean, Evolve is the lowest level you can go to, isn't it? I mean, if they're not even good enough for Evolve, then, well, yeah, you got to get rid of them. Not a fan of this. Not a fan of... This is just a nonsense to me. This is like flipping Human Centipede. We've got all four women kind of putting submission holds on each other at the same time. Okay, clothesline there by Kylie. Shot coming in there by Kylie. Another shot coming in by Kylie. I would never want to call for anyone to get released. I don't feel comfortable with that. I don't work with them. I don't know what they're like. I don't know how hard they're working. I don't know what the trainers feel the potential is. I mean, if they're just not progressing anymore, if they're not like really putting the work in, if they're just getting so left behind, that it's just we got to part ways, then then so be it. They will. But it feels like they think that Nikita and Brooks are worthy of giving a run in Evolve and just seeing if we can find that missing piece here. Right, commercial break. Jennifer said, this match could be interesting or it could be a train wreck. Daze, you should ask Tommy why he wants to marry that old lady, says Ali. Ali. I might even put a thing up which will let you ask Tommy these things. Nikita is also injury prone, says Jennifer. Take a night, that is true. She has had those setbacks, hasn't she? I'm not defending, but I really don't feel comfortable in saying that we should release anyone. That ain't for me to say. She's not one of my favorites. She never has been. But I mean, she's got to be able to show what she can do in Evolve. I mean, if she can't, then it ain't even us that need to be talking about, budget cuts, whatever. I mean, if these people in Evolve aren't going to be able to hang at this level, then I'm pretty sure it'll just take care of itself anyway. Right, let's have a look. She's got good strikes, Nikita. And that's a nice sit-down powerbomb. 1, 2. Roll up there by Kylie. No joy. Kick coming into the side of the heads. It is the harsh real world, isn't it, that people don't really want to recognize. It is a harsh real world. Nothing is given. You are not owed anything in the wrestling industry. You have to deliver. There is a responsibility on you to deliver. So you've got to deliver. You've got to. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. Carmen going up middle rope. Down goes Nikita. Carmen plans on becoming a champion using her martial arts inspired kick-based offense. Kylie climbing up on that middle rope. Carmen. Okay. That's okay. Kick coming in there by Carmen. Down goes Kylie. 1, 2. And Chantel with natural selection. Bang. Bang. Super kick there by Chantel. Shoulder barge there by Chantel. Double knees there by Chantel. She lives by the 3 Ps. Prim, proper, and oh my God, that was really good by Chantel. I don't know quite what she was going for with it, but very innovative. Into that handstand. Right now, she's the one that's causing all these girls big problems, and this is for the championship. Nikita down. Yeah, that was a really good sequence by Chantel. Right now, Chantel going over to the corner. We got everyone down. Chantel going to the outsides. She's climbing up. Chantel in the corner. Right now, great work there by Kylie. Jumping up. Carmen coming over. On that middle rope. Shot coming in there by Chantel. Chantel. It's all been Chantel. And actually, the girls are having to, team up. And here's that classic fatal 4-way spot. The kind of power bomb superplex spot. Nikita Lyons. Yeah, I think she probably is the most powerful woman in this match. Kick out there by Carmen. Nikita now trying to get a pin on Kylie. I wouldn't hate seeing Kylie against Nikita one-on-one. Let's see how that goes. Right now, Carmen coming up. Big forearm shot coming in there on Nikita. Now a big blow coming in there by Kylie. Another big blow there by Nikita. Big chops coming in there by Carmen. Nikita goes over against the ropes. Carmen goes into the corner. Kylie charging in. Big boot there by Carmen. Carmen with a kick coming in. Okay. She's got the legs wrapped around the head. Oh, kick coming into. I tell you what, she could just tee off on Kylie there. Carmen had Kylie trapped against the ropes. Carmen could have really teed off. Nikita could have teed off. Double clothesline. Both women go down. We got action in the ring. Action on the outsides. Chantel and Carmen. Carmen into the edge of the ring. Going back in the ring. Oh, Kylie Ray has come down. Kylie Ray and Chantel are pushing away at each other. Carmen, suicide dive. Well, that takes Chantel down. Nikita battling away right now in the ring. We've got Kylie and we've got Chantel outside the ring. Looks like they're going to battle to the back. So that looks like Chantel is out of this. Here's Kylie. Kylie has got Nikita. She's looking for a powerbomb. Oh, there it is. Kick to the midsection by Carmen. Clothesline. Oh, no. She got caught on the rope. She did manage to go out. 1, 2. Oh. She just got caught on the rope there, Kylie. That would have been nice if it was obviously smooth, but only resulted in a 2 count anyway. Right now we got Carmen reverse. Carmen going over to the corner. Up, lovely kick, but it was blocked there by Nikita. Nikita, Samoan drop. And this is going to be a big splash. And Kylie, moves Carmen out the way. That was good. This, I think, has got better since it became a triple threat. Look at the speeds. Oh, my God, Kylie. 1, 2, 3. Kylie retains. That match got better in the final moments when it went to a triple threat. But Kylie Armstrong, remember the name, retains. Very good. I like the finish. Mate, Kylie is channeling her inner Bron Breakker. The speed she was going off against the ropes there. I think all the women brought something to that match. Even Nikita had moments. You can't really learn a great deal, though, because it needs to be a singles match, really. But look at that. Look at that. If she's going to start bringing that into her... I mean, like, I've seen her do that before, but I don't think I've seen it at that speed. Kylie Armstrong. Goods. Let's go and get a bang. Let's get match scores. God, they're always playing that same episode of flipping NXT straight after. Boom. Right, all-time great, good, bad. Get your scores in. What did you think about that main event, that championship match? Don't need that now. Lovely. I would let Logan Paul go, says William. Fans don't want him. Bron Breakker isn't worth his salary. Maybe not fire, but back to NXT, says William. Ooh, some hot takes. Big Time said Cora Jade got released because the women's division was surpassing her. She was left behind. When she came back from a knee injury, she lost a step. Nikita has blown out both of her knees. Well, I don't know why Cora Jade got released. I mean, even if it is a case that she got left behind, they could have moved her down to Evolve. But, maybe it was like as a result of the injuries. I mean, it's a difficult conversation because I'm not the biggest Nikita fan, but I don't know what I meant to say in response. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say people should get released. That's the kind of thing which I just don't want to be associated with. I find it much more enjoyable and much more constructive to go, okay, this is, because to be honest with you, if you work in creative, you ain't got that option. You know, the people that make those decisions are Sean, Triple H, and Nick Khan. So, you know, if you're a trainer, if you're part of the creative team, you ain't got the option of just going, oh, we should get rid of this person, get rid of that person. Like, you got to work with what you've got. I think it's more fun to be like, okay, we've got this girl. What do we do with her? What do we do with her? How do we make it better? Where we are now, how do we make it better? I get more enjoyment out of that than like, yeah, she needs to go, they need to go, blah 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 blah. Like, I think, like, to be honest with you, not in this regard, but just in general, I think that's the easy option. I think it's easy. It's just easy to get rid of people. It's just like I was saying about with heel turns. It's just easy to turn someone heel. That's not a hard thing to do, is it? Just, you know, have them attack a babyface and betray someone, turn heel, and then they've got like this whole new presentation. But I mean, I think that's lazy as well. I think the harder thing to do is to take someone that is struggling at what they're doing and make it better. Just like the conversation we had with Cody. So, like, you know, people were like, oh, turn Cody heel. It's like, no, that's the easy thing to do. Cody has got a great connection with the kids. Cody is, like, you know, really good baby face. There's only a percentage of the audience that have an issue with him. It's not the whole audience. He gets great reactions. So the thing to do is keep him face, but do the work. Do the work. How do we make this better? Does he need a bit more of an edge? Do we need more creative stories? Do we need to tweak his presentation a little bit? Yeah, probably. But what is it that we do? I really don't subscribe to the just press the heel button and everything's fixed. It's just lazy. And same with talent as well. Like, I get that there is a benchmark you have to reach. But the thing with WWE right now is if you're not good enough for NXT, you can go to Evolve. Now, why they didn't do that with Cora Jade, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe it was that her injuries had kind of caught up with her. But they clearly don't feel that way about Nikita right now. So unless they're just waiting for her contract to expire, maybe it's up soon, and they're just waiting for that to run out, I don't know. I mean, this is why it's a hard conversation to have, because I don't get to make those decisions. I don't have to make those decisions. So while she's around and whilst she's on the show, I just think it's better to go, right, how are we gonna make this work? What would we change? How would we make her better? Like, how do we make this work? For me, just as a starting point, her presentation is too confusing. I mean, like, I just feel like she needs, from her promos to the way she carries herself to the way she kind of, you know, even when she's like backstage and she's just sort of like slumping around, it's like, no, you can't do that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see you lounging around. I don't want to see you slumping around. If you're going to be a warrior, if you're going to be some sort of fighter, some barbarian, some sort of Xena warrior princess, I don't think she would have been slumping around backstage, leaning on tables and things like the overall vibe is incorrect. And I don't even think the music fits. And I don't, just the way she walks and the way that she kind of conducts herself, I'd throw it all out. She would be a massive project. She would be a massive project. But I'm a lot more engaged in those kind of conversations than, oh, we should just get rid of her. Because I'd be more into digging into her character. Daze, sorry your day was a bit rough with the internet. Hopefully tomorrow will be a good day. Today was a bad day, but tomorrow will be better. Steve said it's hard. NXT women's division has blown up. It's the best part of NXT. They've got too much talent and they just didn't have plans for her. They've sent her to the low end that is Evolve for opportunity and time. Nikita spun the wheel of gimmicks too many times and she kept every option. Well, do you know, I mean, that is part of the... You might not be wrong there, because I sort of feel like... you probably get told to be yourself. Like, normally one of the things they try to do is get you to be an exaggerated version of yourself, because that's one of the easiest things to be. Be yourself at times 20. And, you know, that's an easy thing to get onto TV, right? But then if that doesn't quite work, they might give you a little bit of a gimmick. They might give you a bit of an angle. They might give you a nickname like the Lioness, right? So then, like, you're kind of yourself, but with a little bit of the Lioness. Now, if that's not working, we need to put a new skin on things, some new ring gear. We need, like, you know, this is going to be your entrance music. I think you're right. I think there's little elements from lots of different. I think there's a bit of herself in there. I think there's a bit of, like, the Lioness in there. But that doesn't come through in her music. I mean, if you listen to that music, I don't think Lioness. When I see her lounging around, I don't think Lioness. I mean, I don't know. A lioness to me would be on the prowl, would always be dangerous, would always be alert. And, like, I just think you have to really think about things on that sort of level. It's just like any second that you are on TV is important, is your character. You wouldn't have seen The Undertaker lounging around, would you? You wouldn't have seen The Undertaker in the back as someone else was talking, just sort of like that. You know, when he's not being on TV. I mean, like, the way that you are presented, from the way you sit to absolutely everything you do, it's got to be within your character. And it's hard, isn't it? Because I think there's a lot of I don't know that everyone thinks on that level of detail. I don't know that everyone thinks that. A lot of people might just worry about their promos, their matches, and, you know, if they're needed in the back of something, yeah, fine, okay, yeah, I'm just there to be background, really. But it's like, no, you being in the background is still your character. We are still seeing how your character is when they're not involved in anything. Like, that's still important. Like, every single thing is important. And I do find with her that, like, yeah, she just ain't got it worked out. It's a big project, that. But I'd love that job. Oh, God. I'd flipping love it. If there was a job where you could just go up to a wrestler that was struggling with their character, sit them down and go, right, let's fix this. Oh, that might be my dream job in the world. My dream job would be to sit down with Nikita Lyons, sit down with Brooks Jensen and go, right, this is what we're going to do. Or let's have a conversation for half an hour, and at the end of it, we'll have a plan in place as to how we're going to fix this. And I think, you know, I don't want to blow my own trumpet. I think I could fix it. And I'm sure many of you think you could fix it as well. Because I see so much opportunity. I see so much stuff that you can tweak and change. I see, like, so many things that you're like, no, don't do that. You should be doing this. That needs to change. That needs to... It's probably really easy to sit here and do that. A lot harder when you're actually there, you know? But that excites me. I really... This is why I love Evolve. For this, for that. For the ability to go, oh, this is where I think they're just struggling a little bit. And those are good conversations. Nikita has got a different vibe from when she started. I don't think it's better. The injuries have also kept her back. We are just banning drama here, says William. Bron Breakker doesn't even use the Steiner recliner, but some Bulgarian Rusev does, says Donna. They have kind of... It's a bit weird, that, with the Steiner thing, isn't it? He hasn't got the Steiner name, and he... I suppose, like... but they do mention it. And, like, Heyman mentions that he's a Steiner, so, I mean, it is part of his character. But then, you're right, there's big moves that he won't do, like the Steiner recliner. Yeah, that part of it is all a little bit weird. Is Daze on holidays, said Irish Sam. No. Okay, I think we have reached the end of the road. Right, So we are done. I'm going to be back in a bit with Unseen. I'm going to work on it now to make sure it goes up at a good time. We are back tomorrow with Wrestling Escape Pod. I think I'm going to try and get predictions on the channel. It really depends what time I have. And then, of course, we'll be back on Friday with SmackDown. There'll be 2 of those streams. We'll be live for Netflix. We'll be live when it's on USA Network. So we'll be back on Friday for that. And then, of course, we're back this weekend for Clash in Paris. So thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. And I will see you again next time. I just need to tell you what the main event got. And the main event was great 59. Great 59. I think the first match was the better match, honestly. I think the Kendall Wendy match was better than the main event, but I do think the main event was still very, very good. And let's not even talk about the middle match. So there we go. Right, thanks for watching.